So can you talk a little bit about Cloud BI now? How does that work, and how is it a cost-effective deployment model for SMBs?
Okay, and I think this is one of the areas that really has been able to leverage technologies, the evolution of technologies, and allows SMBs with their limited IT staffs to be able to actually deploy BI. So what happens is, typically when you do a BI project, you have to figure out what you're trying to do. You buy some servers. You have to figure out how big is it going to grow. You initially buy some licenses, but then you don't really understand how many licenses you're going to need. You have to then continually upgrade the BI tools, the ETL to extract, transform, and load tools, etc. So what cloud or software as a service or on demand, three different terms for the same thing, does is take all that, the server, the infrastructure, all the knowledge of doing the upgrades, of how the different tools work with each other. One of the things about BI and extract, transform, and load is that there's a lot of different applications and servers and moving parts that have to be integrated. If it's in the cloud, then the IT staff, which usually is 1, 2, 3 people at most, and unlike large corporations where you have a person dedicated to a BI tool or dedicated to an ETL tool. In fact, you probably have multiple people dedicated to it. In the SMB, you have one person who has to do everything, including keep the servers up and going. So by offloading that, putting it in the background, they can concentrate solely on what the business person wants to do and needs to do for reporting, for analytics, for analysis. So concentrate on the data, the content of the data, as well as the metrics and what the report should do, as opposed to what server should I put on there, etc. The other thing is it's usually a pretty cost-effective model, a subscription-based model. It's usually how it's deployed. And it's usually pretty effective, just like the rise of Salesforce.com has been. You add 10 more users, you know exactly what the cost is going to be. If you need to scale up, if the company grows, if it does an acquisition, you don't have to then go out and buy a bunch of servers. You just buy more subscriptions. So it's a very cost-effective model. But I think the more important issue is that the skill sets and the amount of people you have in the SMB usually doesn't lend itself to large scales on-premise BI implementation. So this is a very effective way. I mean, we use cloud for a whole lot of things in our lives. And I think this is just an evolution that really is going to make BI much more pervasive in the SMB marketplace.